Hi, and welcome to A Minute of Pain and FirestormFitCamps.com. This is part number 4 in the 6-part series on getting the body you want through exercise and nutrition. The first 3 parts we've already covered were kind of a setup or a lead-in to the bigger parts, which we're getting into right now. The first 3 parts, of course, were knowing the difference between exercise and fitness, knowing why you want something or having a strong enough why, and then the third part being when do you want it? By what date do you want this goal by? So now we're going to kind of get into, and I hate to use the term meat and potatoes, we're going to get into the bigger portion, the more substantial portions of this whole endeavor. And today we're going to talk a little bit about exercise, all right? The first thing you need to know is that your exercise has to be something that you enjoy doing. Do what you want to do. But it's got to be effective. It doesn't have to be arduous. It doesn't have to be killer. You don't have to wreck yourself every training session. In fact, probably just a moderate exercise session. I recommend weight training, resistance training, building muscle, because muscle is what burns fat, is going to be more beneficial to you than anything else. But it doesn't have to be a killer workout every time you go in. In fact, it doesn't have to be a killer much of the time at all. One of my favorite sayings in the world is, the greatest exercise program in the world is the one you'll do. So if you'll do something, that's better than doing nothing. I would prefer that you do some sort of load-bearing or weight-bearing exercise so that you build exercise or build muscle, because in the process of building that muscle, you're causing your body to have to use those fat stores, hopefully, for energy and replenishment and recovery and rebuilding. You do that, the body that you want is coming to you in very short order, but it takes a little work. And it takes patience, it takes consistency, and it takes effort. The exercise that you're going to do has to be effective. The programming has to be effective. In other words, you can't do the same thing over and over and over again for the next 6 months and expect it to work, because the program that's going to work this month may not work next month, or the program that you do this year may not work next year. You see, your body's in constant change of flux and changing if you're working well, so that you've got to adapt, you've got to overcome. You've got to perform exercises that are beneficial to you. And my recommendation is, if you're going to do the exercise, go for the big bang exercises. Don't do things like body curls, bicep curls, tricep presses, shoulder presses. You want to use big bang muscles, multi-joint movements, hip dominant exercise, quad dominant exercise, back dominant exercise, chest dominant exercise, things that involve the entire core, like push-ups or planking or body saws, those kinds of things. The small little ancillary work that you can do, grip training and wrist work and all that stuff, that's great after you get the big work done, but not until you get the big work done. You want big bang for your buck type exercises, because those are what are going to be beneficial to you in the long run. If you need help with it, here's my email address, here's my website address. Get a hold of me. I'd be happy to help you with something, get you on the right path to working out. There's a lot of good programs out there, a lot of good coaches that can help you. You can also come into this studio, Firestorm Fit Camps. We'd be happy to put you to work here. But the work we do is very brief, very intense work, very effective work. There's a reason that people train here for long periods of time. There's a reason that people stay here, because it works, it's effective. It's short, sweet, and to the point. You want to get your life back in order, you want to get your life in order. Don't spend an inordinate amount of time training and working out. A little bit of work done on a consistent basis every day goes a long, long way. You think about that.